Hello everyone! Okay, so now in this episode we're going to make a quick change and have our gallery system be able to use these little directional arrows. So in case we want to limit how many pages can be displayed, I don't anticipate that being a problem, but just in case, we'll go ahead and make it where we can use these directional buttons and limit the number of pages that are displayed in the bottom here. Let's go to our gallery and let's go ahead and make a private constant int max pages. And I'm going to set this to 2 right now. Now, when we go and construct the navigation bar, we get our target pages, which is how many we need to show all the images, but let's go ahead and restrict it. Int page limit equals, let's see if max pages is less than target pages. If max pages is less than target pages, we're going to restrict it to max pages, otherwise we'll go ahead and use the target pages. And then instead of going through to target pages, we're going to go through until we reach the page limit. And after we've created the pages, we need to know if our next and previous button need to be visible. So we'll go ahead and say that previous button dot GameObject dot set active is equal to true only if the page limit is less than, if it's less than our max pages. If it's less than our max pages, then we'll go ahead and show it. So we'll go ahead and say that our previous button dot GameObject dot set active is going to be true if our page limit is less than our target pages. I'll do the same for the next button. This means that setting the max pages to 2, I now only get 2 menu bars here, and I can go to 1 or 2 back and forth, but I still can't use the arrows. Now let's use the arrows, because that third page is currently invisible to me, and I need to be able to access it. To do that, we're going to need to keep track of a couple variables. First of all, we're going to need to keep track of the total target pages that we have here. So we create the target number of pages, which is technically the max pages that are available to us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this name to page button limit, and then I'll make a private integer called max pages, which equals 0. So instead of populating target pages, what I'm going to do is set it equal to max pages, and then just make sure that that is referenced in these fields. So max pages is going to be saved globally now on this little object, on this gallery. We need access to the total max pages because we need to know if we are currently on the max page or not. So we also need to know private int selected page. What page are we currently on? Now, whenever we load a page, we're going to go ahead and say that our selected page is whatever page number that we have just passed in. So after we go through everything, let's go ahead and say that selected page equals page number. And now we're keeping track of all the information we need in order to be able to navigate effectively. So we just need to add some actions onto our next and previous buttons in order to make it go back and forth between the gallery pages. In order to do that, I've made a new function called toNextPage, which checks if the selected page is less than the max pages and loads the next page if it is. And then toPreviousPage, where it checks if selected page is greater than 1 and loads the previous page if that is true. And then in Unity, all we need to do is link them up. Come to Navigation, select back and forward, make an onClick event which is linked to the gallery, and then change Gallery Menu to toNext, but for the back button, let's make sure that it is to Previous Page. And now let's go ahead and launch it and see what we get. So we launch the gallery, we've only got 2 pages available. I can head to page 2, that's as far as I can go manually. Then I click the next arrow, and it takes me to page 3, but I can't go any further than that or back beyond any of the pages available to me.